My name is Robert Satterwhite, and I'm a partner at the Partnering Group, a global strategy and general management consulting firm where for more than 2 decades we've been building value for leading companies worldwide. Today I want to share with you how the Partnering Group has been rethinking talent selection. Consider this: nearly 50% of new hires fail within the first 18 months. Only half of organizations believe their selection systems are effective. 80% of turnover has been blamed on mistakes made during the selection process. There are 4 areas where companies struggle: incomplete criteria, unstructured or inadequate evaluation techniques, poor linkage to other HR programs, and lack of an ongoing research program. I encourage clients to consider both experience and capabilities on the one hand and personal characteristics on the other when evaluating candidates. When companies focus on just one and not the other, they are selecting lopsided candidates, sort of like a weightlifter who only works out one side of the body. Let's look at some examples of criteria that have worked well for some of my clients. Minimum and preferred qualifications should be verifiable, specific, measurable, and objective. A bachelor's degree in marketing and 6 years of marketing experience are good examples. Core competencies represent those that are important across all job levels, whereas functional competencies are unique to specific jobs or job types. Personality characteristics such as conscientiousness have been shown to be excellent predictors of performance across a variety of jobs, as has cognitive ability, which can be broken into different buckets, such as logical and verbal reasoning, job-specific aptitude, and overall G. When designing talent selection programs, there are 3 factors to think about. The first is job relatedness, where you collect evidence to demonstrate that performance on the selection tool is related to performance on the job. This is known as validation. Legal and professional guidelines require validation for any tool or test that is used in making employment-related decisions. Criterion and content validation are the most common approaches. Consider this: resume, interview, and background check provide only a 14% likelihood of a successful hiring decision. That's why best practice companies use a multi-trait, multi-method approach to identify performance on key criteria. In this example, I'm using minimum requirements as a first hurdle, a personality test and cognitive test as a second hurdle, and a business case and structured interview as the third and final hurdle in the selection process. Best practice companies are building in steps that ensure candidates have a clear picture of the organization as well as the job and its associated requirements and expectations. Consider this: candidates who receive a very accurate picture of the job are 6.5 times more likely to be highly engaged and not looking for another job. So why do companies fail to use data from the hiring process to inform onboarding and training and development? A few reasons come to mind. First, there is insufficient data to leverage. Second, many times HR is in silos, which prevent cross-pollination. Third, there is a lack of training and development content linked to the evaluation criteria. And finally, there is typically no ongoing research into the efficiency and effectiveness of the talent selection program. Here's some research to drive home the importance of talent selection integration. Along the x-axis, you have the percentage of organizations who are using selection data to inform new hire development. Along the y-axis, you have new hire confidence in their decision to take the job. What these results tell us is that organizations that leverage selection data to inform development are much more likely to have new employees who are much more confident in their decision to accept the job. As can be seen in this graphic, no new hires are perfect. However, their strengths and opportunity gaps must be identified. Strengths should be leveraged and the gaps closed, and this should be done as part of the onboarding and development processes. The next step is to create a personalized onboarding plan for the first 5 to 6 months, where you've mapped out tasks for the new employee to perform, including courses, meetings, and manager touch bases. You can go into more detail than I have provided here, with dates, expected outcomes or deliverables, and potential obstacles. The idea is that you are designing a tailored program to leverage strengths and address gaps before the new hire starts. Finally, I can't stress enough the importance of an ongoing research program. Without taking this step, companies may not be sure what's working and what's not working, and if the latter, how they might go about making changes. This research process will help answer questions such as, are my criteria the most appropriate for the job? Which techniques are best at predicting performance? Which onboarding steps are critical to long-term success? In order to set up and maintain this program, you'll need predetermined job-related criteria and techniques and a standardized and consistent process for all candidates. Here are a few takeaways. First, identify and document the required qualifications, experience, competencies, and personality characteristics. You don't have to measure everything that is important, but everything you measure must be important. Second, use a diverse set of job-related assessments to measure these criteria. Collect as much data as you can to make an informed decision. Third, regularly evaluate your selection program to ensure that it is working. Finally, identify on the job, on your own, and networking activities before day one to facilitate the transition into the company and the job. Include the new hire so that he or she is engaged in the process and accountable. This is Robert Satterwhite with the Partnering Group. If you would like to discuss your specific talent selection challenges, don't hesitate to contact me. Also, feel free to connect and follow me via LinkedIn, my blog, and Twitter. Thank you.